Thank you for watching Dvar Malchus, excerpts from the Lubavitcher Rebbe from Shabbos Parshas Vayakhel 25 of Adar 1, 57-52. And note, the Rebbe suffered a stroke on the 27th of Adar, and this is the last of the series of Dvar Malchus. We start on page 393, and we dedicate this to the Refura Shelema of Ariel David ben Simcha, may it be immediately and speedily. In the calendar layout of many years, the Parshas of Vayakhel and p.393 are read as one Parsha. In the calendar layout of this year, however, they are two separate Parshas. And the explanation of this is in the service of man. The general service of man is in the words of our sages. I was created to serve my Creator, and to accomplish that everything in the world serves their Creator. Now, Vayakhel, and he gathered, the one reveals in the every aspect of the word of all-embracing service to serve their Creator. That transcends the individuality of creations, thereby bringing unity into all aspects of the world, and most certainly in the Jewish people through the phenomenon of love and unity of the Jewish people. This manner is, with emphasis on the revelation from above to below, of the purpose of Hashem, that creations do His will rather than on the importance of specific creations in serving Hashem. Pekudei, detail accounting, after all embracing services, that unites all the details. Indeed, one reveals in every detail its significance, innovation of its unique specific part in serving its Creator. And this is the innovation of the calendar layout of this year, in which we read from the Parshas Vayakhel in its own week and Parshas Pekudei in its own week, in which it's emphasized that the service of Vayakhel, revealing the all-embracing unity in the creation and in the Jewish people, is a complete service on its own. Therefore, it's not necessary to wait until one reveals in every detail the service of Pekudei. And may we connect this concept of unity with the passage of Sheklim that we read today. There is no questions regarding what the verse says. The Sheklim coin is 20 gera, a half shekel donation for Hashem. Seemingly, the verse should have said that one should give 10 gera. Why does the verse emphasize that one needs specifically a half of 20 gera? And the explanation of this, a half shekel alludes to the service of uniting the Jewish people, and therefore this is emphasized when a Jew is by himself, he is only half. And in order to be a whole shekel, he must unite with another Jew, including to unite with every other single one of the Jewish people. And this is the fulfillment of the mitzvah. You shall love your fellow as yourself, which your fellow does not refer only to a Jew that is close to him, rather even to a Jew who is found at the other end of the world. And the reason for this is, as the Alter Rebbe writes in Tanya, that each and every one of the Jewish people is literally a part of Hashem from up high. And behold, in essence, when you grab part of it, you grab the whole thing. Hence, all the Jewish people are one entity, and even in the case that one has to correct something undesirable in a friend, indeed, the most effective way to accomplish this is through influencing him in pleasant and peaceful manner. Now, as a preface to accomplishing unity, Vayakhel in the world and among the Jewish people, one should start with the unity, Vayakhel, between him and his Creator. And this is one explanation, in which the verse says, a shekel is 20 gera, a half shekel donation for Hashem, that each and every one of the Jewish people is united with Hashem at the height of unity, to the extent that they are literally one. And therefore, each and every Jew is one, is only a half, and Hashem is, so to say, the other half. And therefore Hashem, as he vests himself in the 10 Sephirot, is like 10 gera, and each and every Jew who are made up of 10 soul powers is 10 gera, and specifically through uniting them as one, they become 20 gera, a whole shekel. And the explanation of this, the first thing a Jew does immediately when he wakes up from his sleep, is that he says Modeh Ani, which represents his complete unity with Hashem. This is a general service and a preference, and which transcends the details of the service of the entire day, similar to the all-embracing service of Vayakhel mentioned above, that this service of the entire day, similar to the all-embracing service of Vayakhel mentioned above, and this is also the meaning behind the precise wording of Modani Lefanecha, thank you, thankfully I am before you, in which we start with the concept of thanks and not with Ani Lefanecha, I am before you. It would have seemingly made more sense for us to say, I who stands before you offers thanks, since the fact that each and every one of the Jewish people is united at the height of perfection, Ani Lefanecha, with Hashem, is most obvious, and it's unnecessary to emphasize this. Therefore, one starts and emphasizes only his service, Modeh, thankful, and may we add the intermediary that immediately when he wakes up from his sleep includes also what the Rambam writes, asleep in the vanities of time may it not befall us, that one must awake also from his sleep, and the beginning of the service is known that he is literally one with the essence of Hashem, since he is literally part of Hashem from up high, and above all is with special emphasis when we see in the recent years how Vayakhel is being accomplished in the literal sense, the ingathering of the exiles of the Jewish people from the whole world who are ascending to the Holy Land, and ascent is incomparable to the ascent of previous generations. And note that the Rebbe, the leaders, were not in the Holy Land, not even for a visit, and also the trip of my revered father-in-law, the Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzhak, may his soul rest in Eden, to the Holy Land was not to visit the Holy Land, rather to compensate for the fact that he was not able to visit the graves of the forefathers, Rostov and Lubavitcher. So instead, he went to the holy place of the Holy Land, and especially that we are in the year Hey Tav Shin Nun Beis 5752, which is an acronym for Hey Tehei, it will be Shanes, the year Nephilos of wonders, Bakol, Mikol, Kol, and literally everything. The practical lesson from the passage of Sheklim, which we should add in the giving of tzedakah, since regarding the giving of tzedakah, there are several levels. A tenth, a fifth, or all that one has, he will give for his soul. And to make a decision regarding this already to this Shabbos, moreover, to actually also giving there a lesson from the passage of Sheklim, the giving of the half shekel was for the communal sacrifices, and there it is known, the explanation of the Alter Rebbe on the verse, a person when he will offer from you an offering for Hashem, that in order for a person to come close to Hashem, he must give from you an offering for Hashem, that he gives his entire existence to Hashem. And from this it is understood the practical lesson that the giving of tzedakah and loans must be in a manner that one puts his whole self into it, namely all his 10 soul powers. That is, that in addition to the actual action of giving, he thinks and speaks about this. And through this we hasten the redemption, so that it becomes literally, immediately, and then Hashem will do his tzedakah, that he will gather all the Jewish people, a vast congregation will return here. Good Shabbos.